A friend asked me yesterday, why am I doing what I'm doing and what am I doing? So I explained to her that in 2018, I was 49 years old. I had a mild Kundalini awakening after a meditation on the beach, and with that came like an opening of consciousness. I started perceiving nature in like a whole new heavenly way. So since then, I've been practicing to deepen into this energy flow. Shortly after that first awakening, I started experiencing full body orgasms for like hours and hours and hours, which is amazing. And then soon after that, like literally weeks after that, my whole vagina just woke up. I mean, at the age of 49, I didn't know that our vaginas are actually very similar to our mouths in the sense that they can move so much, feel so much, and experience so much pleasure. Yeah, mainly that the vagina, when she goes into her orgasmic state, she's completely like a mollusk. She moves. She's like an alive being. And I was shocked that I didn't know that. And I felt very drawn to teach this to women. But it's tricky to teach it because through generational trauma, we have all been removed from the aliveness of our vaginas. And I mean, I was 49, I always had great sex, but it was only clitoral orgasms. I didn't even know that all of this aliveness was possible in my own body. And then when I woke up, I was like, am I the only person on the planet that feels this? Like, whoa, so much pleasure, so much aliveness, so much meeting your lover in your full like power, aliveness, orgasmic potential. Um, it felt to me almost like the male equivalent of what happened would almost be like if all men can't have erections, and then one guy suddenly gets an erection and he tells the other guys, listen, did you know that your penis can actually do that? And they sort of look at him with this like, oh, gasp, like, huh? What? Your penis can do that? So when I started talking about this, I started feeling like I'm saying I'm saying something crazy to women. I'm like, is your like vagina like inside alive? Does it move? Does it eat like a mollusk? Can it like feel the penis? Can it like make love to the penis by embracing it, hugging it, rubbing it, pulsing against it like a absolute like alive being, like a live being. Yeah, so this is a difficult message. I went to see a Tantra practitioner when I just woke up in the beginning. And the weird thing is, she said to me, don't tell other women. I was like, don't tell other women. And I think what she meant with that is it can be intimidating to other women if some woman says to her, listen, my vagina is awake. It's like eating, munching, it's having like 1,000 orgasms. It's fantastic. And it might make women feel like, oh my word, what am I missing out on? But the thing is, I was missing out on that for 49 years of my life and then suddenly woke up. And when I suddenly woke up, I cried for 3 days. I first cried because of all the years that I didn't feel all that pleasure. Then I cried for all the other women that I know that are exactly the same as me. And then I cried for the amount of bliss that was flowing through my body. I was crying with joy. I'm like, oh my word, this is our full right. This is our full like expansion, empowerment of women. And I'm even seeing socially how our removal from our vaginas as women are impacting us politically. So I'm seeing how women feel fucked over in general in life, like not seen, talked down to, quiet, and all of that. And I feel there's a direct correlation with us not being in our full aliveness. And it's not because we're doing anything wrong, it's because we've inherited a generational separation from our feminine power, which is our aliveness. Um, so, yeah, there are ways to come back into the vagina, but I like to help people to start bringing presence into their entire body. Because I know when we awaken the bliss body and the energy fields that flows through the whole body, it's like an awareness comes back into the body, like, hey, listen, actually, I'm alive everywhere and not only in my clit. You know, I can actually feel this energy traveling to the top of my head, to my fingertips, like through my torso. So I teach people how to connect with their own energy, their own pleasure, and how to feel it flowing through their bodies. And once we've established this internal bliss flow inside our bodies, it's much easier to make that connection to this final place where we've been removed from ourselves. So we wake up the whole body, and eventually that stream of consciousness, of awareness, starts popping into the vagina as well. I find every time I get a new lover, I literally have to introduce them to the fact that my pussy is alive. I let them look at me, I let them feel me gently with their fingers. I say, don't move, just feel, just feel, just hold still. And they're like, oh my word, she's like communicating with me, she's touching me, she's feeling me. So the idea is that when we are being entered by our lover, be it a finger, a penis, whatever, we are supposed to be able to feel everywhere, to feel their presence entering us all the way. And our body responds by welcoming them, feeling them, touching them, making love to them. We're not a dead, we're not just a dead hollow. We are able to participate in the lovemaking to like, when the penis comes in, the vagina is able to like, yeah, I see you, I feel you, I move with you. So I find I usually have to teach guys that, hello, just wait a minute. My vagina is alive. So when you enter her, don't just go hunk, 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 hunk. Realize that you are touching an alive being and that we are creating this dance together. It's going to be so much more fun. So very gentle entry, feel each other, feel that movement together, and from there you start dancing more and more and more and more and more, which is like, hello, so good. Yeah, there's so much to say about this, but yeah, it's a difficult topic because most people actually don't know that our vaginas are like alive, alive mollusks, pleasure beings. That's also why I give that talk on the blowjob. If we know how to bring presence into our mouth, like that process of what you do, there's a whole trick that I have there for you to practice. It's a trick that you do to bring presence into your mouth when you engage with your lover or with their, in a blowjob. And once you've got that principle of how to become alive in your mouth, it's much easier to apply that in a vagina that has not done that before. And again, I say it's not your fault. You've done nothing wrong. It's a generational problem. It comes from generations where women haven't been telling each other, and where it hasn't been spoken about. But yay, we are alive. We can feel so much pleasure. Yeah. I have an online course for women where I teach you how to connect with with your entire body, the processes that you do to become present to your own pleasure, how the energy channels move through your body. And only once you've established that, we go and visit the vagina, help you to bring your presence into your own vagina. And then the trick is how do you hold that internal presence within yourself when you are with your lover? Yeah. And that's the last 2 weeks of that online course. The first 4 weeks is just connecting with your own power, your own presence. At the same time, I'm talking to the man on the side of how he can prepare himself into presence into his body as well. And then when you come together, I show you beautiful, intimate massages, and I show you how to move the energy together and to stay in presence in your own body and bliss, and how to enjoy that full body orgasmic state together, which is really a wonderful, it's a very pleasurable experience, but it's also very spiritual. Yeah, cosmic love making. Here we go. I love you.